10 p.m. at night and your brain is still buzzing. You're that type of person that you know you need to go to bed. You want to go to bed, but you're doing just one more thing before you do. This is the video for you. My name is Dartnell and I'm a time and energy management coach, helping you unfuck your flow and take action. And a part of that, lovely, isn't just about doing more, it's also about resting and, importantly, going to bed. And I know a lot of us struggle, myself included in the past, with a wind down routine. And this is a really common question that I get asked. A wind down routine. What is it and how do I do it, especially when I don't have time? And no, this is not some kind of Pinterest-worthy, candlelit bath that takes hours. I want to give you 7 practical tips to help you wind down your day so that you can go to bed with ease. So why does the wind down routine even matter? I like to think of the wind down routine as the bridge between like your working day and ending it and being like, right, we're signaling now to the brain, to the body that we are done and we can switch off, which I know a lot of people struggle with. So I'm going to do another video about that on another day. But it's signaling to the body like we're done, we can start winding down, and it takes us to that place of rest and recovery and rejuvenation, something that so many of us are struggling with. And I know from my burnout and my past, I definitely was someone who was always on the go, and because of that, I ended up burning out. So the wind down routine, it's not about perfection, lovely. It is almost like a menu. It's a menu of things that you can choose to do to help you wind down. And actually, on that note, I don't even like the word routine. You've probably seen other videos where I slag off routine. Like, for me, it's about a ritual. A routine sounds too rigid. It sounds too you've got to do the same thing every single day, and it doesn't really work like that in real life. So I want you to think of this as an empowering ritual rather than a routine. And it shouldn't be long, it shouldn't be cumbersome, it should be something that is quick, simple, and enjoyable. Okay, so let's get stuck into 7 quick tips. And I want these to be very simple tips for you because, as I said, if it's long and laborious, you're not going to do it, are you? So tip number 1, a quick brain dump. As you get to the end of the day and you're closing out your working day, you're starting to wind down, just jot down everything that is consuming your head. It could be the most mundane thing, but it also could be your next brilliant idea. But if you've got that floating around in your head, it is going to be so hard to switch off. So grab a journal, electronic or paper, and just brain dump everything going on in there. Tip number 2, end the day with gratitude. Oh my God, you would have heard it on so many motivational podcasts, personal development books, or anything like that, but the power of gratitude is so important. When we feel grateful for what we have, we are going to put that energy out there. We're going to manifest more of the stuff we're grateful for and being appreciative of. So it doesn't matter how hard your day has been, there's always something that you can find a little bit of gratitude in. And it's not just about like blue sky thinking and like positive thinking and, you know, oh, every cloud has got a silver lining. You know, sometimes that can be really unhelpful, but it's about finding gratitude in what you've accomplished or achieved or learnt that day. Super, super important. Okay, tip number 3, change your environment. Now, this was probably something that we learned big time during lockdown, how important our environment is. And then suddenly when you're eating, sleeping, working, exercising in the same area, we all suddenly realized how important our environment was. Now, if you've got a great big house and you can have your office in there and your kitchen in there where you eat and you have an exercise room where you do your workouts, great, good for you. But a lot of us don't. Or if you're like me and you're always traveling, that's going to be really difficult. But you can still zone your areas and have different environmental areas to signify, right, this is my workstation, this is where I eat dinner, even if it's just the other end of a desk. Like, that's absolutely okay as well. Now, on that note of environment as well, you can also use your environment to signal, like a cue, to your brain and your body that it's time to wind down. So maybe it's lighting incense, maybe it's lighting a candle, maybe it's some kind of aromatherapy or something like that. Particular smells like lavender, they can have a relaxing effect as well. So, think about the environmental cue that you can use to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Tip number 4. Blue light blockers. I feel like these make me look a little bit like Bono. I'm not sure. Let me know. But anyway, the whole purpose of blue light blockers is to block out the blue light. You know, that light that we get from our laptops, our phone screens, etc. And that basically fucks with your system before bed, fucks with your melatonin. So we want to reduce that so that our body produces melatonin, because obviously when it's dark, we're saying, right, we're signaling it's time for bed. And this is really important in terms of our biological chemicals. The problem is when we're using so much tech, we get that blue light and it's interfering. So things like blue light blockers can help with that. But it's also a good signal to you that it's time to wind down. Tip number 5, a gentle stretch. Movement is such a fantastic way to kind of signal to your body what it needs. So it might be to energize it, but it also could be to wind down. So even something as simple as some stretches, just to transition into your working day, into the evening, to wind down, can be so useful. There's loads of great stretches and videos that you can do. Look on YouTube, that's where I find them. But something as simple as stretching to be part of your wind down routine can be so lovely. Okay, tip number 6 for wind down routine, a little bit of self-care and pampering. Now, this doesn't have to be like a full-on facial and pedicure. I mean, if you can do that, go for it. But it could be something as simple as like a little gua sha. It could be just taking your makeup off and putting on some nice moisturizer. Just something to just give yourself a little bit of pampering to help wind down the day. Something I've been really getting into are things like fascia blasting and dry body brushing. Only takes a couple of minutes. And again, the purpose of the wind down routine isn't to take forever. It's just 5 minutes here and there. And it's something that you could maybe easily slip into whilst you're making the dinner, or whilst you're putting the kids to bed, bathing them, whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil. It doesn't have to be this long, laborious thing. It's about just fitting it in, but creating that ritual just so you're indicating to your brain and your body it's time to wind down. Tip number 7, make yourself a delicious hot drink. This is going to be something as a simple herbal tea, like a chamomile or something like that. Or it could be something I've been making is like a little hot chocolate, raw cacao powder. Obviously it's got the magnesium in it. I just mix a little bit of like almond milk or soy milk or something like that. And sometimes I add in a little bit of spice like cinnamon or something like that. This is something that I actually learned from my friend who is a nutritionist. So shout out to Amani. I still to this day call it the Amani hot chocolate. Something else I've actually been trying is moo milk, which is the Ayurvedic. Am I saying that right? I always fuck that up, but you know what I'm saying. Moo milk is a drink to help you sleep, and that contains things like cardamom and spices and stuff like that. So go check that recipe out if that sounds of interest. But yeah, anything that's gonna like warm the body, and also just like a hug in a mug. Like it's just something comforting about a warm drink. So maybe add that to your wind down ritual as well. So lovely. If that has been useful, get your hands on my wind down routine ideas PDF. I'll link it in the show notes below. And also, how cute are these PJs? Primark. Okay, there you have it, lovely. I have just shared with you 7 easy things that you can start to do to include into your wind down routine. And remember, it's not just about routine, it's about a ritual. So you don't have to do these things every single day at the same time. It's just like a smorgasbord. Is that what you call it? Like a buffet, where you can pick and choose the things that are going to suit you, and what might work for you on a Monday might not on a Tuesday, and that is a-okay. My name is Dartnell, and I am all about helping you unfuck your flow and take action. And of course, we are taking bold action, but without the burnout. And one of the ways to help with that is to have a wind down routine. So I would love to know, what are you going to be including? And if you've got any extra tips as well, I would love to hear from them. Make sure you comment below. As always, guys, if this has been useful, give a like, give a subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. On that note, guys, before you go, make sure you check out my video about the bedtime revenge procrastination. You know you do it. You know you should be going to bed, but you just scroll social media or you faff around in the kitchen for a little bit longer. Yeah, you're my people that need to watch this video because I'm going to explain why you're doing that and how to beat it. I'll link it below. I've got some notes here, but I am so blind without my actual glasses on. I can't see a thing. I usually have to wear these with contact lenses. I would love to know, what do you include in yours? And if there's anything broke, oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Okay guys, you might have seen in the background of my videos these candles here, which are from the Candle Collective. These are handmade. Shout out to Carol, she does them in Liverpool. And these are chemical free. This is really, really important. These are 100% natural soy wax. Now, I've got to be honest, I didn't realise that burning normal candles, you know, like the cheap ones that we get, they're not very good for you, because especially those made out of paraffin, they obviously release irritants. That is obviously a byproduct of petroleum. So when you burn that, it releases those chemicals in the air, which isn't great for us. So I have now switched to natural soy wax ones. This one is lavender, which is obviously great for wind down as well. So it's more calming, more soothing, and as I said, one of my favourite little hacks when it comes to winding down is lighting a candle and just changing the ambience. So yeah, if you've been wondering, that's what they are. Oh, and on that note guys, check the link below because you have a discount.